we have another battle. We got Mereoleona versus Dorothy Unsworth. This is a Black Clover battle. So, um, the environment will just be in the Clover Kingdom, but the environment in this fight will, at some point, change and then change back to where it is. Um, but we'll say they're fighting in the Clover Kingdom, right? Physical strength goes to Mereoleona. I don't think you want to like fucking play games with that. Um, Dorothy Unsworth ain't really doing shit like that. She herself is not that physically, strong. Lifting power and striking power is not like that. Now speed, I give that shit to Mereoleona. She's quick. The way she was moving up on Raya, the disloyal, she was like, quick. She wasn't there, and then she was there, and then she was like laying into him. I ain't sleeping on that. And Dorothy Unsworth might be a little bit quick, but uh, not her. That durability, Mereoleona is what you call a beast. She's, an animal. So, like, she might even, be like, show me what you got, and she can take some hits. So I'm giving durability to Mereoleona. And I ain't saying that Dorothy Unsworth can't pull out some type of um, magic when she gets into her dreamscape world, and she is more powerful there. She has, control over that area. And endurance goes to Mereoleona. Um, look no further than when she was fighting herself, she was still standing there. They were like, "Yo, we will kill you, girl." She's like, "I don't give a fuck. I will take on all of you guys right now by myself." And she was out there, still throwing out attacks, neutralizing their magic with hers, or negating it because she's, dishing out, magic that's on par with all theirs. And they're at full health bars, mind you, too. And she's all fucked up. So we got intelligence also going to Mereoleona. I don't think Dorothy Unsworth is that smart. She understands how her magic works. And I wouldn't say Mereoleona is like a really, you know, a book smart kind of girl, but Dorothy Unsworth, she takes naps in the middle of like the day and shit like that. When she's at meetings, she's dozing off and other stuff. Man, I wouldn't call that a smart move. It might be a smart move as far as she's getting her rest and shit. But if you're doing that shit all day, it's kind of like it works against you. Like because like if you get too much sleep, man, it don't work for your benefit. So no, we ain't giving her the intelligence there. Experience goes to Mereoleona too. She's older than Dorothy Unsworth, so she's been out there, fighting people for a lot longer than she had. Close skills go to Mereoleona. No questions about that. I wouldn't even like. We don't even have to, harp on that too much. Range skills go to Dorothy Unsworth because she does have that dreamscape she can create. And then she can control that environment. She can like summon like fake imitations of like other captains and other things. Nothing that I don't think Mereoleona is gonna have too much of a problem with that, honestly. Um, recovery goes to um, Dorothy Unsworth because like I do believe she can like heal herself to some degree. And out of the two, I think she has that like better than Mereoleona. She don't. Mereoleona don't have anything like that, but I think Dorothy Unsworth has something like that. If it were any of those two, it would be her. Um, hacks go to you can say Dorothy Unsworth, the dreamscape world and shit like that, and I hear you, but this is Mereoleona Vermilion, right? This woman, and I'm not like boy, I know how powerful this girl is. I'm not fucking playing games. She has the ability. She'll burn through that dimension. Like let her get going and shit. She'll probably get, attacked and she'll probably take damage a little bit. But like once she gets pissed off, it's over, nigga. She's breaking through that shit. Um, no doubt in my mind about that. Boom, she's out of the dream world, and she's like, you gotta do a lot better than that, cause it's me. She's like one of them kind of bitches, man. But if you wanted to give it to Dorothy Unsworth, I get it. That's a dreamscape, and in that dreamscape, she has, But you also gotta remember, there's people, and like these characters, you yourself might be able to use her dreamscape abilities better than she does. Because she might have a limited mindset. I think when she looks at Mereoleona, she's trying to summon like all kind of captains and other shit in that world. She's just getting excited about that shit. She's like, bring that shit on. She starts fighting harder. Man, I had to give it to Mereoleona. Mana Zone is no joke. Um, Environment, Dorothy Unsworth. Because then they're in one environment, she's going into her dreamscape. But even so, Mereoleona is winning this fight. Um, Man, dare I say, mid difficulty. You know, I think you might agree with who wins this fight, but difficulty wise, you might disagree. But I give it mid diff. Mid to high diff, but more towards like I'm giving it mid difficulty myself. But be cool on the corner, y'all, and let me know um, what you think in the comments below.